Imagine this scenario. A former CIA agent, now a professional bank robber, accidentally steals the drive containing the incriminating evidence on a mysterious U.S. senator. Being a dangerous man unwilling to leave witnesses alive, the senator sends a team of professional hitmen after the robber, forcing her to run for her life. The story takes place in Cape Town, South Africa. A bank robbery is going on. 4 robbers, dressed in color-coded, futuristic, high-tech suits that change their voices, are trying to get into the bank vault. They beat up the bank manager to get the code to the vault. Red and green robbers take the manager to the vault. He tries to resist at first, but, threatened by the robbers, reluctantly gets inside the sophisticated scanning device. It doesn't work at first because the manager is missing a few teeth after his encounter with the robbers, so they put the teeth back in his mouth and force him to try again. This time, the device verifies his identity and opens the vault. Meanwhile, the other 2 robbers, purple and blue, hold the hostages at gunpoint. One of the hostages gets very nervous and begs the robbers to let him go. This enrages the purple robber. He almost shoots the man, but the blue robber, seeing that his partner is inexperienced and hot-headed, interferes and quickly knocks the hostage unconscious instead. Once inside the vault, red and green put in the combination to one of the safety deposit boxes and use a special device to find the right fingerprints to pass the biometric scan. A box comes out of the wall. They take it out and open it. It's full of precious diamonds. The robbers take the diamonds, unaware that among them, there was a small item they didn't intend to take. Purple further harasses one of the hostages, a security guard that looked away from the robbers, supposedly reaching for his gun. Red and green come out of the vault. Being the leader of the group, Red reprimands Purple for the excessive aggression towards the hostages. Offended by this, Purple suddenly aims a gun at Red. They exchange gunfire, both receiving injuries, after which they struggle. The red robber's mask comes off. It's a woman. Her name is Alex Faraday. She is terrified to realize that the hostages saw her face. Blue insists she must finish the hostages because she's been compromised. Alex, unwilling to fire at defenseless people, refuses to do it and says they should go. She observes Purple getting up, quickly turns Blue in the opposite direction, and shoots the traitor with Blue's gun. The robbers rush out of the bank, take Purple's body, get into their van, and leave. They remove their masks. Raymond Kelly, the blue robber, is very upset that Alex shot his friend, Wayne, the purple robber, who was recruited by Raymond for this job. He goes on complaining about how badly the heist went, blaming it all on Alex. Kevin Fuller, the green robber, tries to defend her, but Raymond turns on him as well, insulting both of them again and again. He doesn't shut up until Alex punches him. They change clothes and leave the van. Kevin will sell the diamonds and give the other 2 their share, $30,000 in a month. Not trusting Kevin and Alex, Raymond tells them he will track them down if they try to withhold his share. Alex is annoyed that Kevin got her into this. She didn't want to be a part of the robbery to begin with and demands that he help her get out of the country. They argue and agree to go to a hotel. Alex leaves a bomb in the van and detonates it as the 2 leave the scene. In the hotel, Alex takes a bath and watches the news coverage of the heist. Her identikit, reconstructed from the testimonies of the hostages, is shown as well, frustrating Alex. She dyes her hair and puts in colored eye contacts to change her appearance. Alex receives a message from Kevin and goes to his room. As she walks through the corridor, she looks away from the security guard in the elevator to avoid detection. He follows her and asks her if she needs any help. Kevin is delayed, so Alex gets nervous. He eventually lets Alex inside, pretending to be her husband. Kevin compliments Alex on her new look. From their conversation, it is quite apparent that they are former lovers who are now only professional associates. Kevin informs Alex that he expects a visit from a woman that will help him move the diamonds. He tells her to hide under the bed and goes to answer the door. It is Jessica, the woman Kevin expected. She is followed by the assailants that come inside and start attacking Kevin and Jessica. The woman assailant quickly knocks Kevin down. Her associate points a gun at Jessica. A well-dressed man comes inside. He's the leader of the group. His name is Mr. Washington. Washington forces Jessica to unlock her phone. She is scared for her life and reluctantly complies. It turns out she made an intimate recording of herself with his employer, intending to blackmail him. Washington deletes the video and shoots Jessica. Washington's henchman continues viciously beating up Kevin as he pleads for mercy. Alex hid under the bed and quietly observed all of this, terrified by the unexpected attack. It becomes apparent that Kevin got the information for the heist from Washington's employer, a U.S. senator. Washington demands Kevin to return the contents of the safety deposit box. Kevin refuses to give him anything, so they start torturing Kevin as Alex looks him in the eyes. They put him on the bed and continue torturing him as Alex listens to the horrific screams. Washington doesn't care about the diamonds, but he desperately needs the small electronic device that was kept there along with the diamonds. Kevin mocks them as they torture him. He uses a code phrase that hints Alex what to do. She looks around and finds the USB flash drive taped under the bed and hides it. The henchman did too much damage during the torture, so Kevin passed away prematurely. Washington, disappointed by this, orders his men to clean up this mess and find out where Kevin lives, hoping the drive will be there. Washington reports to his employer, the senator, that he hasn't found the object yet, but took care of the video, and Jessica. By the way, guys, I checked, and they didn't bother giving Morgan Freeman's character a name. He's just referred to as the senator the entire movie, so that's how I will refer to him. While Washington was talking on the phone, Alex found a gun in the hotel room. She aims it at Washington as he turns around, curious about the strange woman pointing a gun at him. He continues staring at her, smiling, seemingly unconcerned about the prospect of losing his life, as she gathers her resolve to fire the gun. She pulled the trigger, but the gun was unloaded the whole time. Alex runs away as Washington and his men chase her through the hotel. She tries to close the secure door of her hotel room, but one of the hitmen blocks it with his leg, and they desperately push toward each other. Alex notices a pistol magazine in her purse, pulls the purse toward herself, and quickly loads her gun. She shoots the man in the leg and closes the door. Washington calls for backup, so two intimidating men join the pursuit. Alex leaves the room just in time before Washington hacks the lock. They go inside and start looking for her. Washington examines her room for any clues about who this woman is. She goes around the floor and points a gun at the hitman she wounded earlier. He reluctantly gives her his gun with a silencer, and they walk backwards as she holds him at gunpoint. Washington and his crew approach them. Earlier in her room, Washington found a gun, an expensive custom-made limited edition gun used by professionals. He quickly figures out she was part of the heist. Alex continues going to the elevator and pushes a button. She walks inside and punches the hitman. Alex and Washington's crew frantically fire at each other before the elevator door closes. Alex tries to fool them. She cleverly leaves the elevator at one of the mid-floors, sends the elevator up, and uses the stairs to go down. Washington downstairs quickly figures out what she's trying to do and sends his men to intercept her at the stairs. Seeing this, Alex leaves the stairs and hides as the hitman goes after her. She sneaks behind him and goes down through the laundry chute. Alex changes her outfit and runs through the sky bridge towards the parking lot. A woman from Washington's crew observes Alex as she runs and reports it to the rest. Alex sits in her car covered in soap, thanks the confused cleaner, and leaves in a hurry. She accelerates backwards as a black car starts chasing her. Washington and his crew approach her in two cars and open fire at her. Alex turns around and goes straight at Washington, forcing him to turn away and let her go past him. One of the attackers desperately tries to gun her down with automatic fire, but she manages to go past him as well. Alex runs her car over some innocent bystander's car. She notices metal spikes and avoids them by ramming the booth. Alex has escaped. She rushes away from the hotel, attracting the attention of police with her reckless driving. A police cruiser catches up with her and starts ramming her car. The chase continues for some time until suddenly the police car is hit by Washington, who was aiming at Alex. Distracted by this, Alex crashes her car as well. She runs away on foot as Washington leaves his crashed car and joins his men in another vehicle. Alex goes to Raymond's apartment and asks him to let her in through the video phone, telling him about the crew of hitmen that want to eliminate them. He reluctantly lets her in just in time, before the attacker opens fire at her. Alex and Raymond get some guns and get ready to repel the attack. Raymond is being overconfident and sends them down the elevator, hoping they would take the bait so he can shoot them as they go up. Alex calls Kevin's wife Penny and tries to warn her about Washington, who will undoubtedly go to her place. She tells her about the hidden money in the attic and asks Penny to bring her a package Kevin hid for her, but Penny is jealous of Alex and doesn't want to listen to anything she has to say. The elevator starts going up. Raymond gets ready to shoot, but it was a distraction, of course, and they gun him down through the window. Washington and his crew search the apartment while Alex hides in a ceiling space and watches them. Washington notices that the phone is off the hook and calls the last number that was called. Penny was preoccupied looking for the hidden money Alex told her about, so her young son, Matthew, picked up the phone and unknowingly gave Washington, who pretended to be from the phone company, his full name and address. Alex, barely able to hold on to the ceiling, listens to the conversation. She tries to call Penny again, but she hangs the receiver to prevent further calls. Penny found the money in the package intended for Alex. She opened the package and found forged documents Alex would need to escape from the country. Meanwhile, Alex steals a motorbike and rushes to Kevin's place. Washington and his men are already there. They knock Penny unconscious and take the bag with things she retrieved from the attic. Washington leaves and orders his men to dispose of Kevin's family. Matthew runs into the other room and one of the henchmen follows him. Suddenly, Alex comes out and attacks the man. They struggle for some time and she eventually defeats him. The other henchman harasses Penny. Alex tells Matthew to hide and goes to rescue his mother, but the henchman ambushes her and gets ready to finish her. Penny helps Alex to set herself free, and together they manage to take him down. After the fight, Alex uses Kevin's computer to access the data on the USB drive. She notices the GPS lock initiated by the running program, giving her location to Washington and his men, so she quickly takes the drive out. They pack their things and leave in a hurry. Meanwhile, the senator calls Mr. Washington. Annoyed with his inability to retrieve the drive, he sends his right-hand man to assist Washington in the search. Alex calls Washington and tricks him into telling her that he and his crew are still at the hotel. Washington and his crew covertly bring out the bodies inside the bags from the hotel as Alex rushes there on a bike. As she approaches the hotel, she notices the black SUV that chased her earlier in the parking lot, so she starts following it. They eventually stop at an abandoned industrial building. One of Washington's henchmen, Mr. Jefferson, complains that he wouldn't let him see a doctor for his leg. Washington's other associate, Ms. Clinton, tells him to keep his place or he will join the bodies in the car. Alex sneaks inside the building. An inconvenient phone call from Penny alerts Jefferson to her presence, so he takes his gun out and goes to find Alex. She ambushes him and orders him to cooperate. When he refuses, she knocks him down. Alex hides under the car and observes Washington and Clinton as they take the bodies out of the car and bring them to the incinerator. Alex keeps Jefferson at gunpoint and calls Washington. She has deduced by now that it was the senator who hired her and Kevin to steal the USB drive, after which he sent Washington and his crew to get rid of the robbers so that there would be no witnesses. Alex tells him she's near the car and that she has a gun aimed at Jefferson. She will trade his life for the diamonds Washington took earlier. Washington and Clinton approach her. He doesn't care at all about Jefferson, so he refuses the offer. Alex shoots Jefferson and leaves. Washington and Clinton look in the car and see a bomb Alex left inside. They run away from the car as it explodes right behind them. Washington calls Alex again. She mockingly lets it ring to lure them towards her and ambushes Washington, demanding her diamonds. However, her luck runs out and a third henchman knocks her unconscious. Sometime later, she wakes up after being electrocuted by Clinton. They tied her up to a chair, intending to torture her until she reveals the whereabouts of the drive. In the most pleasant, calm manner, Washington reveals to her that the diamonds were fake all along and asks her to cooperate before they do any permanent damage. Alex mocks them and refuses to tell Washington anything. They electrocute her again, after which Washington orders the other two to put Alex's leg in a bench vise, intending to squish it. Washington gives her a last warning. She still mocks them and refuses to cooperate. They start squishing her leg, causing her immeasurable pain, but she still won't budge. Suddenly, Washington orders them to stop. He tries a different approach. He remembers a story he heard about a CIA agent, a talented young woman who was a specialist at entering places others couldn't access. She was supposed to set up an explosive device to take out a target somewhere in the Middle East, but something went wrong and the target escaped. 3 innocent children lost their lives instead. She lost her job and was on the run from the agency ever since. It becomes obvious that Alex was that agent. Washington further manipulates Alex by saying that if she doesn't give him the drive, he will hunt down Penny and her son, and their lives will be on her conscience as well, just like the lives of those children before. She reluctantly agrees to give him the drive at 9 p.m. at Cape Town Airport. They give her a phone, and she instructs Penny to take the drive to the airport later that day. Washington injures Alex's leg with a knife to make sure she doesn't try to escape again. In the evening, the black car delivers Washington and Alex to the airport. They slowly walk through the airport, and Penny in the wig walks by and covertly gives Alex the key to a locker at the airport. Alex gives Washington the key, but he knows from the previous interactions that Alex would plan a deception of some sort, so he insists she open it. Alex refuses, so Washington coerces her by threatening to expose her to the police as her face was shown in the news after the heist. She reluctantly agrees. Penny walks around the airport. She notices Washington's henchmen following her. Washington brings Alex to the storage room. She opens the locker and takes out a large case. Even after she opened the case and retrieved the drive, Washington is still suspicious and orders Clinton to search the case for booby traps. Meanwhile, Washington's henchman assaults Penny. Unsurprisingly, Washington was right to be suspicious. Clinton finds an explosive device inside the case. The bomb goes off, throwing all of them far away. Clinton survived the blast. She fights the policemen as they approach the scene and try to arrest her. They eventually shoot her. Meanwhile, Alex and Washington fight for the drive they retrieved earlier. She knocks him down and runs away. She then frees Penny from the abusive henchman. Washington shoots one of the policemen who tried to arrest him. He got rid of his gun and tried to walk away. But, to his surprise, the police arrested him at the exit. Alex approaches him and gloats about her victory. She sees him reaching for a gun and yells, The policemen open fire and gun him down. Alex walked away, but Penny was held for questioning, along with many other people at the airport. Interpol arrives and demands the detective in charge to give them all the evidence they have. They're looking for Alex. The senator's right hand, Doug MacArthur, arrives at the airport. He is directly in charge of the Interpol investigation. Meanwhile, Alex goes through the security to get on a first flight out. The airport employee has a hard time connecting her passport picture to her new appearance, but reluctantly allows her to board the flight anyway. On the flight, Alex meets with her associate that uses his laptop to access the encrypted data on the drive. It turns out it's a detailed plan of the staged event that would bring America into a new conflict, giving the senator and his friends a chance to make substantial profits and win the election. Alex calls Washington's cell. MacArthur answers it. She reveals to him that she knows their plans and is going to leak them to the press. He tells her that if she does, they will hunt her down no matter where she goes. As Alex flies away, MacArthur has a conversation with the senator, who is utterly disappointed that his political career is coming to an end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.